Hey, so listen, there are a lot of people that are going to host people on Christmas Day. And, I feel like if you're like Greeny, you're probably going to bring a fruit salad. Nobody wants the relative that brings a fruit salad. So we're going to go with the Vikings at number 5. We're talking about teams you don't want to play. Kirk Cousins is now playing at a high level. You now have Kevin Stefanski as the offense coordinator. We've seen the White Tiger, Dalvin Cook, kick into gear. This team is playing at a very high level. You're saying to yourself, you know what? We don't really want him to get in. We don't really want to see him. You heard Greeny mention earlier, the Chicago Bears control which team is in at number 6. This is a team you don't want to see. Let's go to number 4. The whole reason this list was made up was because of my friend Eric Weddle. Eric Weddle said after the game, nobody wants to see the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. And I believe him. You don't want to see a team that can run the ball the way they do. The way that they defend on the back end and can rush the passer with the defensive line. This team is playing at a level that will make your nose bloody. And that's what the game has lost. The game has lost the bludgeon. It's lost the violence. But the Baltimore Ravens still play with that. At number 3, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to be honest, if Carson Wentz was still the quarterback of this team, they would not be there. One, I don't believe they would be in the place to play themselves into the playoffs. I also don't believe they would be as good of a team. I know that Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Nick Foles. Carson Wentz is more talented. Carson Wentz is the quarterback of the future, but Nick Foles is the quarterback of right now, and he should be. If this team gets into the playoffs, it's not far-fetched that they can make another run to the Super Bowl. And number 2, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this one stung a little bit, right? I was like, oh, wait, this team is great. They can beat everybody, and then they don't. They were 7-2-1. They lost 3 games in a row. They go to New Orleans, and that's a game they should have won. It's a failed punt, a punt fake. It's 2 fumbles, one by Stephen Ridley and Juju Smith-Schuster. Nobody wants to see this team. If you could tell me the really intelligent person that is hosting Christmas dinner that says, you know what, I want to invite Antonio Brown over so we can play one-on-one. I want to have Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Jordan, I'm sorry, you said he's not a future Hall of Famer, not top 5 of his era. He only laid 380 on y'all in your house. Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they get in, this is a team that can make it all the way from the wild card to the Super Bowl, just like they did in 2005, the year before they picked up a very handsome guy named Ryan Clark. And number one, it's the Indianapolis Colts. One, because Andrew Luck has the greatest neck beard in the history of neck beards. Number 2, he is sneaky athletic. I'm not saying it in a Deion Sanders like Troy Apke ran a fast 40 type of way, just that he is. He's a guy that ran 4.6. He's a guy that's creating out of the pocket. Darius Leonard should be the defensive rookie of the year. They have built a wall around Andrew Luck to say, we're going to protect him. We're going to find ways to run the ball with Marlon Mack. This defense is playing at a very high clip. Right now, they sit at number 6 in the AFC. They play the Tennessee Titans to get in. If I were you, if I was the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New England Patriots, the Houston Texans, I'm praying that the Tennessee Titans find a way to beat this team, because this is the team who can represent the AFC in Atlanta in the Super Bowl, and nobody wants that.
You have put together a list this time that I completely agree with. It's fascinating. The Colts could wind up the 6th seed. They could, if they beat the Tennessee Titans. If Houston loses, the winner of that game could win the division. So there's still so much at stake there. They could wind up almost anywhere. But I would have put at number 1 on this. I don't disagree with anything, but I think the Ravens are the most intriguing team going right now. The only loss they've had since Lamar took over was a game they easily could have won against Kansas City, which might have been the most entertaining game of the year. They are a fascinating team, Ryan. I very much like this list.
So here's the only reason I put these teams in front of him.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to have to be able to throw the ball.
Yes.
At some point, he's going to have to find a passing game, and I believe in these 3 guys in that aspect a little more than Lamar Jackson at this time.